Well, hello everyone. Wanted to give you a brief update on the election. I know I uploaded a video on Tuesday with my final prediction, but I wanted to go over in more detail with you some updated poll numbers that we have seen and exactly how that right now is affecting the race, as well as polymarket betting. Of course, the odds in polymarket, we've seen a little bit of a shift in favor of Kamala Harris, and I know some of you might be like, oh my gosh, that means Donald Trump's going to lose the election. Not necessarily. I'm going to talk with you more about that here in just a minute, and I'll explain the reason why her odds in betting are starting to go up. First things first, in the national popular vote, Donald Trump leads by 0.3%, so it's a slight decrease from a couple of days ago. You can see really the reason why is we have this morning compost pile right here, Harris +3, and Reuters, Harris +1, CBS News, Harris +1. All of these are even though, of course, these three, where my computer mouse is, these three morning compost, Reuters, and CBS News are liberal pollsters, but the Reuters and the CBS News, you'll take that all day if you are Donald Trump. You can see Emerson, New York Times, Siena, CNN, and their final polls down here all have it as a tie. And again, you'll take that if you are Trump. For contrast, on this day in 2020, Joe Biden was ahead by 7.9. He won the popular vote by 4.5. Hillary Clinton was ahead in 2016 at this point with 4 days to go by 1.6. And she went on to win the popular vote by 2.1. So she lost about 0.5 point in the final days. Looking real quickly at some swing states, you can see Donald Trump up now 1.5 in North Carolina. The reason for that is we've had some great polls for Trump this week. Rasmussen released a poll, Trump +3, Atlas Intel. Atlas was the most accurate pollster in 2020. They have Trump +4. So that definitely has boosted the RCP average aggregate for Trump. He's up to 1.5 in North Carolina, going down to Georgia. Trump +2.6, Atlas Intel, Trump +2, Rasmussen, Trump +5, CNN, Trump +1, Travolger was the second most accurate in 2020, Trump +2. So Trump's looking really, really good in terms of North Carolina and Georgia. And I've been saying this for the last few months, and for the length of time that I've been doing these videos, that in terms of the Sun Belt states, Georgia, North Carolina are looking really, really good for Trump. And we can see out in Arizona, Trump +2.3. Arizona, we've had some great early voting numbers from there. Trump's looking really good there. And as well as, so really Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Donald Trump is, those seem to be his three best states right now. Atlas Intel, Trump +4. You have Data Orbital, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Trump +8. I think that's a little bit overdone. Atlas Intel, Trump +4. I think that's slightly overdone. I think Trump +1 to 2 is pretty much spot on in Arizona. But of course, you'll take it if you're Trump as well. And moving to Nevada, Nevada is going to be really, really tough. And okay, so they did put this poll in. I'm gonna, you can see here, Susquehanna. This poll came out earlier this morning. They've now put that in the aggregate. Trump +6 in Nevada. I think that's a little overdone, but you'll take that if you're Trump. His odds in North Carolina now, or excuse me, in Nevada, Trump +1.5. So really good news there for Nevada, considering this is a state that Republicans have not flipped since 2004, when George Bush Jr. Defeated the Democratic Party nominee John Kerry that year. So now we get to the Rust Belt, and these states. This is what I want to take a few minutes and talk about, because these numbers have a lot of people talking, and of course on the Republican side you might see these numbers and start to panic a little bit. Wisconsin, Harris is up plus 0.3. The reason for that is you can see this Marist poll, Harris +2. Atlas Intel has it as a tie. Atlas was great in 2020. But the big outlier here for Wisconsin, CNN, Harris +6. That's nothing but an outlier and a complete nonsense for Harris being up 6. There's no way that Kamala Harris is winning Wisconsin by 6 points. We obviously know Wisconsin always underestimates Trump. And we saw that in 2020, saw that in 2016. So it would not surprise me if Donald Trump ends up winning Wisconsin. But you'll take that if you're Trump, being down a point or being behind by 0.3 in favor right now of Harris. You can see Biden 6.8, Hillary 5.5, respectively 2020, 2016. Now we get to Michigan, and again, Marist, Harris +3. This is what's really flipped Michigan, and the betting definitely reflects that. Harris +3, she's up 0.8 in Michigan. Biden, of course, was up 6.5 in 2020. Hillary 5.5 in 2016. We all know Hillary lost Michigan by 0.22. Michigan was the closest state in the 2016 election, and then, of course, Biden 6.5 right now. He ended up losing Michigan. Or winning Michigan, excuse me, by 2.8, so he was overestimated by about 4 points. So honestly, if this is off by 4 points, if we have that same margin of error, Trump would still win Michigan by about 3.5, which I think it might be a little too high. Michigan, Wisconsin, no doubt about it, I think are going to be the two closest states. Of course, Wisconsin has been close the last few elections. We look to Pennsylvania. Trump up 0.5, and they put in that USA Today poll, has it as a tie. USA Today was another great pollster 2020. We do have Marist, Harris +2. That's kind of hampering down Trump's average here, but still, Trump up 0.5. The bottom line is, I know a lot of you might be like, well, oh my gosh, you know, if the Rust Belt is this close, it's going to be this close. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. We knew the Rust Belt was going to be this close. Of course, I think when Trump ballooned in terms of the poly market odds about a month ago, or actually about 3.5 weeks ago, I think we all thought, well, this is going to be a landslide. Trump's going to win the Rust Belt, you know, all three of those states by, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. That was just not going to happen. And honestly, I can definitely see the Rust Belt being super close. Now, I'm not trying to be biased toward any candidate, but if you're a Republican, you really, really need to get out and vote, and definitely vote for Donald Trump. Of course, this election is very, very important. We need to win this election to save our country, and that's not me, that's coming from me not being biased toward one candidate or the other. But of course, being a Republican, myself, again, I'm not trying to be biased in these videos toward Trump. I just want to share, what the polls currently say, how that's affecting the betting, and to be able to share with you just, where the race currently stands as we're getting literally down to the nitty gritty. And we need to, for us Republicans, we need to get out and vote for Trump. And because this is what probably the most crucial election that we've had since 2016. So, we really, really need to get out and vote for Trump. So that's a look at the RCP average. I just want to look real quickly at Minnesota. So Rasmussen, Harris +3, Minnesota, Harris +4.8. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Let's see, New Hampshire, potentially everybody says a swing state. Harris only up 4 in New Hampshire, so that's a little bit interesting. We don't have a poll out of New Mexico. I just want to look at Texas. Trump sitting with that Signal poll that came out this week. They said Trump +8 in Texas. Of course, Signal is a Republican pollster, but still, I definitely agree with that. Trump +7 or 8. I can definitely see him winning Texas by that much. Remember, in 2020, he won Texas by 5. 2016, he only won Texas by 3. So Yeah, I think it was 3. Let me double check on that. So he's up 7.2. Okay, so he won Texas by 9. I stand corrected. 2016 won Texas by 9. 2020 won it by 5. He's on pace to win it now by about 7 to 8. So he would improve from 2020 by about 3 points, and I definitely agree with that as well, because of course Texas, it's a big. Everybody said in 2016, oh, Texas is this big swing state. Hillary Clinton campaigned there in the final stretch. She said, oh my gosh, we need to flip Texas. Now, honestly, in future election cycles, I could see Texas being a lot more competitive. And obviously, we have a lot of immigrants flowing into Texas, moving there. So, and having them vote. So obviously, Texas in the next couple cycles definitely could be a lot more competitive as well. So that's the latest RCP averages, where the election stands as of today. In my next video, I'm going to talk about Polymarket in a lot more specific detail, so we're all on the same page. So thanks so much for watching this video. Please like or subscribe.